Welcome to the Seraphine Podcast. I am Seraphine Arocha, and today we have a very special guest. This is Landon Patterson. Welcome.
Hello, you guys. It's me, the one and only.
I love it. No, I am, first of all, feel a little bit, I don't know if the word is honored. Maybe it's proud of the fact that I get to say your name. Mm-hmm. And we have something really big to celebrate. What is that? Can you share it with the audience?
So just recently, so about 2 weeks ago now, I went to the courthouse and I got my name change and gender marker changed. So I am Landon Patterson. What I had changed was my middle name. It was very, just not me, very... No. And then I changed my gender from male to female because I am a trans woman. So yeah.
I love it. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
It was a very cool moment. And I feel like for me being new in your life, I remember the moment I met you. I was just struck by your beauty. First of all, I was like, oh my God, Jennifer Lawrence just walked in
They always say that.
Ridiculous. And then it was so funny because I just watched Silver Linings Playbook and I was like, this is like clone. And then on top of it, the way you walk into a room is just ease, like ease in your own skin. And I think that is something that is so profoundly amazing because obviously, transgender is a hot discussion topic right now. And I feel like to have somebody talk about it is someone like you.
Well, thank you. I'm just very excited to be here. You've been so loving and welcoming ever since I've met you. So I've been really excited to do this today and talk to you guys and be able to share my platform to a whole different group of people, demographic, whoever may be watching. I will never say no to an opportunity to share my experience and shed light on the trans experience in general. So I'm really excited to be here. Wow. I came out as trans my second semester of junior year. Like during junior year, I think is when I really came out. Like that's when I was like talking to teachers and saying and my counselor hey, I'm gonna transition, I need you to change my gender in power school. I need to figure out how I can wear the girls' cheerleading uniform and wear the girls' dress and show choir, girls' restroom. I started to embark on that journey. And I was sad because my grandma didn't really get to see it. But what's really cute and weird is my grandma, even before I started transitioning, would call me she. It was weird. I don't know why. I don't know. I always thought oh, she's just older and I just always blamed it on that, her and our cultural difference, but she always just knew. And my mom told me this really cute story when we were talking about it, how towards the end she had a caregiver just to make sure she didn't fall. She was still super functioning, she would be up all the time making green tea, but she told the caregiver Landon, she's a girl, telling her that I wanted to be a girl to this caregiver. So my mom told me, it's so she knew and didn't care. So it was really cool that I don't know, she was super supportive.
Well, and
didn't care.
Intuitive
and just knew.
Because I think that's the other thing that I find so interesting, even with my own relationship with my parents, is finding this authentic voice of not being Seraphine, their daughter, but Seraphine, the woman who has opinions, thoughts, feelings that actually contradict my own mother and father in many ways.
Right.
And not out of disrespect and not necessarily out of rejecting
but
them
becoming
as
your own,
100%.
Being your own person, your own being.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's that strange feeling too, because I think we are in a very conservative place, the Midwest is kind of like the last to get like that feeling. We're the last to know. Like the coasts are kind of figuring it out, kind of drifts back in, but it doesn't mean that there aren't people having these conversations and feeling these feelings. What's wonderful is when we have parents or people around us, our community, that allows us to start to really use our authentic voice. And it sounds like your grandmother intuitively, without you going,
hey, I'm transgender, like, hey, I'm transitioning, which I don't know was cool because I didn't really have to tell like the rest of my family, you know, like my mom and sister knew, but then I just kind of like uploaded a video on my Facebook and then YouTube and was just kind of like, I had a following, not like I do now, but like I was kind of that like, oh, everybody knows Landon, like everybody knows the gay kid in makeup and fucking cheerleading and all the bullshit. So like everybody knew who I was. So I was like, I'm just going to put this online and see what happens. Like I can't hold it in anymore. Like I know I'm transgender. I know if I died tomorrow, I need to be remembered as the woman I am, not a man. And so that was like the year I uploaded that. And I just remember, you know, being scared, but like my family didn't care. They always just kind of knew. Like when I was like gay, they didn't identifying as gay. They didn't care. But then when it was like, no, like I am a woman. Like, yes, I still like guys, but like I am a woman. Like my gender is what's upsetting me. It's never been my sexuality. It's my gender. And realizing that like at first it had its trials and tribulations, like with my mother and sister, just because they just want me to be safe. Like, you know, there's so many, they didn't want things to be harder for me. And this is something, it was something so different and so taboo. It's not like just who I like it's like me changing my body, me changing how like not really changing, but changing. Like you need to refer to me different. Like it's going to just be a long journey. So it was a little scary for them at first, but they came around and like my school came around and I was just in a really good place. Like I was very lucky and fortunate with my whole coming out experience. Like, yeah, there was a lot of hard moments. People said awful things or awful things to me. Like awful things happened and there was a lot of dark moments, and still to this day, I'm still going through a lot, but I was very lucky to like have peers that outweighed the bad. And I ended up being nominated for Homecoming Queen and winning Homecoming Queen.
That is amazing. Well, what's changing in you in the way that you first said the words out loud, I'm transgender. How have you matured? What are things that you believed when you first claimed transgender versus now?
So I remember being like a 17-year-old little girl, like starting and watching like what videos I could find of like 3 trans people or whatever. Cause before then, like all we ever known is like Jerry Springer or like the jokes that are in TV. Like if you think of like Big Mama or Mrs. Doubtfire or whatever, like men dressing as women or trans people is made to be a joke.
100%.
So I didn't have tons of references to, you know, so YouTube was definitely growing and becoming popular when I was obviously transitioning. So luckily there were some girls on there that like I had looked up to and it helped. But I remember just starting my transition and being like, oh my God, I need to get like all these surgeries. Like I remember being like, I need to get a vagina for guys to like me. I need to get this to look like this. I need to wear all the makeup. Like clearly I'm wearing all the makeup right now. But like there was just so many not assumptions, but so many things I felt like I needed to be seen as a woman and validated, which I think a lot of cis women, not like biologically born women, can relate to. We almost feel like we have to be this perfect, all the makeup, always like, you know, certain sizes, certain figures, whatever, just to be seen and feel valid. So from going from like male to female, a lot of things were changing and I just felt like I had to like be this perfect woman, which is a lot of the time why you see a lot of trans girls who do dye their hair or want to look as womanly as possible because it goes back to the end of time of like, that's what girls had to do 100%. To feel seen.
100%.
And that's why people who maybe don't, trans girls, trans guys, non-binary people who don't want to cake on makeup or
Yes.
they don't want to do, that's not them.
Yes.
Aren't seen or respected because they're not whatever. Even though
They're not-
I'm still getting told like, you're a clown, you're not a woman,
Oh.
da da da. So it's
You're
just,
giving me goosebumps right now.
Oh, I see
You're
them,
giving
yes.
me goosebumps because I think it's so courageous and it's so mature of you to acknowledge that not only is it hard for somebody who has been told you're a boy.
Right, but being told, oh, you're too gay.
You're too gay.
Feminine. You're too girly, and then now you're too manly.
And then you try to go the whole other range.
Try to commit,
And you're like, I'm committing. I'm this beautiful, pretty girl, and all the toxicity that goes in to trying to be a fucking woman. I mean,
Oh
I
my
just
God.
got my boobs done at 43. I still have that in my
19.
head. You know, it's like,
Like-
it's literally like, it's already toxic enough for women. And then to have a question about being in a body that isn't even what you believe you should be identified as.
oh yeah,
It makes my heart just open for those who are like, you know what? I just can't put on all the makeup, but I'm not gonna cut off all my hair. And
They just wanna be respected.
Yeah, and I just want to be me. I just want to be me because I'm a person.
literally, and that's like, you know what it boils down to, and just being there, and now like I just living as a woman, I just like everything kind of changed, you know, like, but as I'm starting to grow, you know, I've learned like, if I'm gonna get surgeries, they're because I want to get those surgeries.
Yes.
There's no rule book, handbook, or guidelines on what it is to be trans. Like, there's always this like question: are you fully transitioned? And I'm like, what does that mean? You know, they always want to point it and bring it back to like, have you had like sexual reassignment surgery, whatever, like bottom surgery. Always are worried about trans people's genitalia, you know,
Which to me is infuriating. It's like with me, I can't even tell you, like when I think about, nobody asks me, hey, did you get your tits done?
right? Or do people ask you, do you have a vagina?
Yeah. Or what does your vagina lips look like? Like
Literally.
what the hell? First of all, it's none of your freaking
And that's
business.
weird as-
It's weird. And you know what? At the end of the day, I guess the conversation needs to be had of why you need to ask that question.
Right. Does that make me less or more of a
Totally.
woman? And that's what it was in the beginning. Like, I wanted that male attention. I wanted to feel validated. I felt like that was the only way I would be respected. And I've just grown up and learned like trans people, just like cis people, just like all types of people, our differences are what makes us unique and great. And like, there's not one way to be trans, just like there's not one way to be white, black, Asian, any of those things. Like, there's so many different ways. And so I've just learned a lot, just knowing my own journey and not speaking for every single person's and expecting every trans person to look like me,
Yeah.
sound like me, talk like me, do the same things as me. Like, whether you want to get on hormones or whether you want to wear all the makeup or not, or get this surgery or that's your business.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, all I would ever want is just to be respected
Yeah.
and seen.
We all want to believe that we are all these evolved creatures, but then there's these conversations where people get uncomfortable.
Feel challenged.
Because they don't know, or they're scared to look stupid, or they don't recognize that, guess what? They don't know, they're unfamiliar, and they just have to listen and open up their ears and hear the side of it. They can sit with it. Maybe,
And that's like the beauty in life, you know, like learning. Like, I'm always excited when I get to learn about somebody else's culture or experience or whatever. And like, it's just sad to think that there's really people out there that like would kill trans women or
Yes.
don't like they don't like it that much, or they're that uncomfortable that they want to hurt us or take away rights from trans people or any marginalized group of people. And it's just like, wow, like, why aren't we calling those people out?
Totally.
Why are like, why aren't, like, trans people are going to take your health care, or you can't join the military? I'm like, why aren't we taking all the closed-minded people out?
Exactly.
Like, like, and these rules and these beliefs, and it's just like, my existence is a reality. Yeah. No matter what you believe, I'm right here. You know, it's like, I'm not going.
Totally.
It's not made up or not true. I'm like, bitch, we're here and we've been here. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I've always seen something really, really, really big for me. I try and stay, what's the word? I try and stay like grounded and grateful for even what I have now. Yeah. And try and not, I'm very much so very looking forward future type of person, and always like, I don't have enough yet. Like, I need to keep working harder and which is a curse and a blessing. Yeah. So I hope that one day happens for me. But like, I don't know what's in the future. I don't know if I want to be like a showgirl forever. That's why I'd love to start doing TV. I'm an esthetician too right now, but I want to be the person in the chair. Yeah. So hopefully something big is out there for me. Whatever I do, I know I want to help trans women. I want to help trans men, non-binary individuals. I want to help with my, like, with my siblings, my brothers and sisters, etc., in whatever way I can. But I also want to like do the things I'm passionate about too, and that is performing and speaking and educating. For me, in the last 2 months, to use my own voice, to have people sit in front of me and share their stories and hold space for it, it's not an easy place to be. There's a lot of things that come up for me that shame comes up for me. What I did when I first met you was that day I literally just started reconnecting with information I'd read before, reconnecting with new information, and learning. Yeah, doing your part, you know? And I will encourage any of you who are watching today, please, it is not about gender. It's not about sex and perversion. It is about humanity, and it's about being good to each other, and it's about listening and holding space for somebody, and not assuming just because someone has makeup on or doesn't have makeup on or looks like a boy or looks like a girl, black, white, whatever. Get out of your own way and start to just listen and connect. You are fucking beautiful inside, and it radiates the fuck out. And if you want more of this amazing woman, where can they find you on social media? And what do you want to share with them where they can connect with you? So if you can't get enough of me, you know, you can follow me on Instagram at Landon Patterson. That is where I'm the most active. It has the link to my YouTube channel. I post videos to my YouTube. I post videos to my Instagram. And there's also a link to my GoFundMe. I'm currently raising money for my facial feminization surgery. So if you want to donate to that, that's awesome. And then I've just been getting better and good at TikTok. I love it. So I caved in, and I'm growing and growing on there. So follow me there at Landon Patterson 16. So yeah, just follow me, say hi. Well, please. We'll post the link for the donations, because I think that at the end of the day, everyone should be feeling good about who they are inside and out. And also, please, if you watch today and you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to the Sarah Fiend podcast. There's going to be more stories that I want to share with you, and I hope that you continue to listen. Really listen. Thanks. You have a good day. See ya. Bye.